Right on this table, I have 3 yards of a crepe fabric, okay, and that's what we'll be working with. I'll spread my fabric on the floor and then I'll fold it into 2 equal parts like you see on the screen. After this, the next thing I want to do is to fold it into 2 again, but this time around it has to be slant, like it should look like a cone. So for the lower bodice of this jumpsuit, we are using a cone flare, or you can call it half of a circle flare. If you notice, when I was folding my fabric for the second time, I left about 3 inches on the lower layers. Please do the same on your fabric, okay? Now after folding your fabric like this, next thing you need is your waist circumference. Your waist circumference is simply round about your waist area. That's your waist circumference, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, we are cutting a half circle, and the radius we use for cutting a half circle is 3.14. What did I say? 3.14. Now I'll simply divide my waist circumference by this radius, 3.14. The waist circumference I'm working with is 26. 26 divided by 3.14, and that will give me 8.2 something. So I just approximated to 8 inches, okay? So I'll be rotating 8 inches. By rotate, I mean that I will place my tape from that sharp edge while moving the tape and marking 8 inches all around the area where I have 8. You can see what I'm doing. Just make sure your tape is directly at the edge of the fabric, then keep tilting the tape towards each direction and marking 8 inches. By the time you're done, you should have this curved line on that your waist area. Next thing you want to do now is to check if that line you've created is up to your waist measurement. Please do this to confirm, okay? Now after checking if this is up to my waist measurement, see the way I'm placing my tape from the folded fabric, and I have my waist measurement right there, and I'm good to go. Now the next thing I want to do is to rotate the length for your trouser. If you are cutting a cone trouser, just use the length of your trouser, but me, I'm making a jumpsuit, okay? So I'm going to subtract the half length from the lower bodice. So the length I'm using for the lower bodice is 45. I'm going to mark 45 round about. So right here, I'm taking my time marking 45 inches round about, okay? So you do this carefully. Make sure that you added your seam allowance. So if your length is 44, you add extra 1 inch, 45, so that you can use it to fold the length, okay? Now that I'm done cutting, this is what I have. So I had to move to the cutting table. My cutting table is not so wide, but at least it's wide enough to show that crotch area, because I want you guys to see clearly what I'm doing on the crotch area. Now the crotch depth for a jumpsuit is totally different from a crotch depth for your normal pant. Now for jumpsuit, whether it's a straight jumpsuit or a flare jumpsuit like my own, or a normal palazzo jumpsuit, this pattern I'm about to show you would work. I would have easily given you my standard measurement, but I want to show you how I got that standard measurement so that you can use it to create your depth for any body size at all. So you see the way I'm passing my tape from the waistline of the front all the way to the waistline of the back through the mid thigh. Do you see that? Now after I took that measurement, what I got is 30 inches. I got what? 30 inches. I'll go again just to be sure. From the waistline of the front all the way under my crotch area, all the way to the back waistline. And whatever I have, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to subtract 5 from what I have. Now 30 minus 5, that will give me 25, right? The simple reason we are removing 5 is, remember, when you're cutting your pants, you usually take out 2 inches from the front crotch depth and 3 inches for the back crotch depth. You know this, right? So that's why. Now I'll be left with 25, right? Now I'll divide 25 inches by 2. That's by front and back. 25 divided by 2 will now give me what? 13 inches. And that is why I am using 13 inches right here. please work with the body measurement of your client. Then don't forget to add your sewing allowance of 1 inch. So instead of marking 13, you should mark 14, because I actually added the extra 1 inch later. So that's how I got it. If you're sewing for a plus size, just do this method and you would not be stranded. To be on the safe side, make sure to add your extra 1 inch for seaming allowance. Okay, now for the crotch there, place your tape from that waistline. You see that line where I'm placing my tape? That's your waistline. Okay, place your tape from the waistline and then go in by 13 inches. You already know how I got 13, right? Now that area where you mark 13 inches, you're going to place your tape right there. Place your tape right there, okay? And then we're going in by 2 inches. What did I say? 2 inches. Now after you've marked that 2 inch, the next thing you want to do is to create a curve around that place. It is very optional. If you like, you curve it. If you like, don't curve it. So next thing you do now is to connect that back to the waistline. So you see how easy it is. Now after connecting from your crotch depth all the way to your waistline, this is what you should have. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is to cut out. I'll start from cutting out that waistline. After cutting the waistline, we'll now go ahead to cut out the crotch area. Now this line I just cut out is the waistline. Okay, now the next thing is to cut out the crotch area. If you notice, we folded our fabric into 4, right? And the first 2 is on fold, while the second 2 has like an extra allowance. Now that part of the fabric that is like a zipper allowance is actually the back. Now for the back, we'll just go out by 1 inch and create a new crotch for the back. This is basically the reason why we had to add some extra allowances. It is both for the zipper and for the crotch at the back. Okay, now the next thing I'll do now is I started off by cutting out the front, which is like the first layer, and then proceeded to cut out the back, which is like the lower layer. The first 2 layers at the front and the second 2 layers at the back. So you can see that the back is 1 inch wider than the front. So I'm just checking if the crotch depth measurement is accurate, and you see I've increased it from 13 to 14. I've added my seam allowance. Now I'm also checking the hip area, if what I have there is enough for the hip, and it is more than enough, plus my fabric is stretchy. Okay, now this is basically it. If you want to add a pocket, you can go ahead and add, but don't forget to add your side seam allowance. Okay, now that we're done, I'll go ahead and slit the front piece. I'll slit them open because they were on fold. So this is me slitting it open, and that will be that for cutting the lower bodice. Mind you, if your pant is too full, if the flare is too full, you can always reduce it. Okay, yeah, there's another method you can use to cut a flare pant in case you don't have so much fabric. If you're interested, just comment in the comment section and I'll make a tutorial on that. Alright, as someone that don't like stress, I'm gonna ahead to label front and back. I'll pin the front on the front piece and I'll pin the back on the back, because the front and back is cut together. So in order not to make mistake, please label it, pin it, or even stitch it. When you're done with your sewing, you can now take it out. Okay, now this label will help you avoid unnecessary confusion as to which part of your pant is front or back. Now I've opened this up and this is what my lower bodies look like. You know, it's a cut together. The front and the back, they are cut together, so it's hard to tell which is which, hence we had to label it. Now this part is the front. I'll go ahead and stitch down around the crotch area. I'll also go to the back and I'll stitch around the crotch area as well. I'll take this sewing machine and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back from sewing and I have stitched the crotch areas of both the front piece and the back pieces. Okay, now I'm going to open this up the way it should be, and you can see the crotch line should be in the center because that's the center of your jumpsuit. So you can see this is the front and this is the back. You see that back, that's where our zipper would be. Okay, so I'm going to unstitch it later on. Now the next thing we'll do is to hold both crotch area of the front and the back, and then stitch all the way down to the hem of the pants. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stitch all the way to the hem of the alright, so this is my lower bodice after stitching both front piece and back pieces together. I love it. I definitely love it. Okay, now if you're making a flare pant, you know flare is different from palazzo. If you're making a flare pant or cone pant like this one, just go ahead and add your waistband and your zipper and your pant is ready. But I am making a jumpsuit, so my journey continues. So at this point I'll go ahead and make my upper bodice. So you can decide whatever you want the style of the upper bodice to be, right? So I made a tutorial on how I made this upper bodice, but I don't think I'll be adding it to this video. I don't want this video to be long. So after making my upper bodice, this is what I have. So now the next thing we'll do is to fix this up with the lower bodice. I mean that we'll join the lower bodice and the upper bodice together. To do this, fold your top into 2 equal parts, locate the front, the center front, notch it. You already know the zipper area is the center back, so there's no need notching the back. So on this center front, we'll stitch the center of our lower bodice to that center front. Just follow everything on the screen. Okay, so this is the lower bodice. Okay, get the center of your front, there's your top, then pin it up with the center of the lower bodice. Okay, after you are sure that the center is pinned to the center, you can now go ahead and pin up other areas. Okay, but pinning up center to center is the best way to go. And once you're done pinning up, next is to stitch up those areas you pinned up. After stitching, this is what mine looks like. Okay, I love it. You already know that it's going to come out perfect. So if you're going to be trying this my method of getting your crotch area, let me know if you tried, and please, I want to know how the outcome was or is. Okay, so this is pretty much it for the jumpsuit tutorial. Remember, this tutorial is not to show you how to fix your zipper, so I won't be showing you that in this video. Go ahead and fix your zipper and your dress is pretty much ready. Bye.